that was the other thing that came out of left field that makes no sense, or it does make sense in one thing. We have all agreed that Microsoft they got one generation left. We stated that. We've had
They've
this
lost the
most.
culture war officially.
Yeah. But they raised the prices again. Now, all the consoles from Nintendo to Sony to Microsoft, they're all raising the prices on this current generation of consoles, which is mind-boggling to me. Why are you doing this?
Oh, they have an excuse. They're blaming Trump.
Tariffs.
That's their excuse. So they can be greedy and it not be their fault.
Yeah. So
doesn't work out so well.
Right now, if you are still an Xbox Bro, and there are still Xbox Bros out there, if you're going to buy a series, because they're all series, doesn't matter what after that, you could spend upwards of $600. $800 if you want to get the 2 terabyte Galaxy Black Special Edition. And then you're going to spend maybe another $600 or $700 on their new handheld coming out.
Ain't nobody buying that. Now, like I said before, I'm glad that someone's getting into the mobile world. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't gonna sell, but I appreciate it. Just so it can make Nintendo do something cool. For the love of God, please. Just like the system needs to exist. Yeah. It's not going to move a single freaking unit, but it needs to exist so Nintendo can stop giving us trash.
Go innovate again. Go innovate again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please.
So here we go. They're charging you all this money for a console that's dead. That's dead. Xbox dead. And then we get the announcement. Hey, guess what? We're raising the prices on Game Pass to $30 for the Ultimate. $30 for the Ultimate. And $30 Ultimate gets. Let me see if I can zoom in here because they don't. That's one of the problems with Niche Gamer. They don't click on they don't let you click on images of larger size. Ultimate, 500 plus games on Xbox and PC. Who the fuck is playing 500 games in a month?
$30? That's crazy.
New games on day one, including new Xbox published games and third-party games. Includes EA Play and Ubisoft Classics, Fortnite Crew coming November. Stream games that are best quality with the shortest wait times, including select games you own. Play and earn up to $100 a year in store and rewards. Benefits for games like League of Legends and Call of Duty Warzone. Online console multiplayer. $30. So, Dre, you pay $30 a month, and new game comes out. And let's say it's at least an 80-hour player. But you're a normal person. You can only play a couple hours a night.
If
at
that.
best. Yep. At best. All right. You played maybe, let's say you played 15 hours, maybe 20 in the month.
Sure.
Maybe.
Sure.
All right. Rolls over the next month. Here's another $30. You've now played $60 for a game you don't own, to play a game you don't own.
Exactly.
And you're not even halfway done with it. Maybe you'll get another, maybe you take a day off. Maybe take that Saturday, drop another, maybe make a 10-hour gaming session on Saturday, add on. Maybe now you're up to 50 hours, but you haven't beaten it yet. Or there's so much to do. You're a completionist. You want to get all this shit done. Rolls over to the next one. Now it's up to $90. And this is the only game. Maybe you played a couple other games, and this is the one you're playing. You could have bought the game itself.
Yep. And here's my problem with a lot of this. Well, a lot of this. First of all, $30 a month is absolutely ridiculous on its face. Mm-hmm. And I don't know who has the time to focus on that. Like, hey, I'm gonna pay $30 a month. When you think of somebody who pay $30 a month, you might think of like your phone bill or whatever the case may be. Something to that nature. I mean, I got Boost, so my joint's been cheap for decades.
My AT&T bill ain't cheap.
Yeah,
why are you doing AT&T?
Because I'm locked into a contract. That's
because Adam's old as sin and still haven't migrated from AT&T. I've had Boost Mobile since like 2006. You remember the chirp commercials, Adam? Like doo-doo, with the chirp joint. Yeah. That's when I got Boost, and I still got it. I'm paying $40 a month. Anyway, the point is,
I got two phones.
Yeah. You big time. But this is my thing.
It's my mom's phone.
Yeah, you got to take care of your mama. So that's all good. So $30 a month for a gaming platform that you're not going to be able
Yeah.
to use.
Yeah.
That's wild. That's crazy talk.
Mhm.
The
Mhm.
only way you can get your money's worth is if, one, you're a kid and it's summertime and you've got nothing else to do.
But
That's
even
it.
then, how many different we've always said this was a losing business model, Jed.
100%. Because you're not making money off your games either.
Yeah.
Once again, this is the equivalent of a Disney Plus, a Hulu, a Netflix, or whatever. It's the same thing. If I drop a $60 game, excuse me, for the studios, let me be specific, not Xbox, but for the studios, especially third party, I it's supposed to be $70. Let's just use the standard numbers for simplicity.
Yeah. Everything's 70
$70.
now. Everything's
70.
70.
$70. Instead of me, the studio, collecting those $70 price tags, I'm giving my game away for free.
Mhm.
While Xbox is charging, Joe Schmo $30 a month, I am going to get residual income from that. Instead of me getting that $70, let's just say 100 times, $70 100 times, I'm getting $10 when I get the $10. It's a terrible model for developers. If I was a developer, I would be protesting right now.
And
I
if
would
you're
be out there right now protesting.
and if you're a
screwing with me.
consumer, you should be protesting. Jed, look at that $9.99 a month. You get no day ones.
Yeah, no shit. Well, this is not a streaming service that people should be paying for, because that's essentially what it is. What a lot of people aren't
100%.
highlighting here is, if you see in the premium and ultimate categories, you stream games. It's not talking about online play. That's specifically for people who don't have good enough computers and they can play the game online using a server. I've actually did that back in the day with some PlayStation games before I got my PlayStation. It's a terrible network doing stuff like that. Streaming a game remotely, you're having to have all of that data stream over your internet, and no internet out there is going to be able to rely on that. So you're paying for streaming games because you can't afford a computer. It's going to be a garbage experience. You're not going to be able to enjoy these games, and there's no way for the developer to make money. It's charging you at your ass, and it's being spread into too many pieces. Too many people have their fingers in this pie, so no one gets any pie. You're paying out your butt, and it's not going anywhere. So it's just a failed model. I don't understand why anyone would do this. If the streaming thing worked properly, I could 100% see that. $30 a month versus a $2,000 gaming PC. A lot of people would make that decision. But since it doesn't work, you're getting no value out of it. The day one releases, I can see if you're a fast gamer and there's something that you don't want to give money to directly, it's right for people to abuse the system. Like, people are telling me with Battlefield 6 was coming out. A lot of people in main event were telling me, hey, check out the old Battlefield games. You'll love the story. And they were all saying, get a month subscription to EA Plus, which is essentially the same thing. Get all those games for free. Play through them fast enough, and then you paid $30 for 5 games. You can either take advantage of them, or you get no benefit out of it.
And $30 for 5 games, that's about what I would have spent to rent 5 games in a month from Blockbuster back in the day. And it was still a physical copy that probably ran better. Yep. And listen, when Xbox does die, this is still going to be for PC. This is for PC and Xbox. But then again, PC, you already buy through Steam. That's already, PC gamers aren't using this. There's constantly a Steam sale. There's always a sale on Steam.
And you get to play if something gets taken off of Game Pass. Game Pass isn't 100%.
Yeah.
What's on there isn't permanent. So
it's
if
like
you
Netflix.
it's just like Netflix. You should buy what you want to treasure and replay.
Yep.
So this, and there are people who are going to go full on this. They're going to go full on this. They are going to happily pay this money just to spite everybody that disagrees with them in the console war, whatever you want to call it.
It's to spite PlayStation. These
But
people.
there's no console war.
I know there isn't.
People still imagine it. It's phantoms on the wall.
No, Adam, your statement is fine. But the idea that Microsoft is somehow gonna gain at this point. It's like there hasn't been a console war since the late 90s. Let's tell the truth. Shame the devil. Let's just get that part out of the
Sony,
way.
Sega. I mean, sorry,
It's
Nintendo, Sega.
It's Nintendo and Sega. That's the only time there's a legitimate console war, because there's actually two warring factions that were both Japanese, which is absolutely hilarious to me.
And were vicious against each other. They were vicious.
It was no joke. The idea of console wars now is just everybody just picks something that they like. The war's been over for years. Like if you were playing Microsoft or Xbox, whatever, you just play Xbox. But the idea that like, oh, this is the way to gain or whatever, blah, 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 just stop being dumb, Microsoft. Look, I don't work for them jokers no more. I can say what I want. Like stop being dumb. Like stop being dumb, and stop trying to use the idea of whoever's in political power to justify you trying to pretty much hustle your fan base. Because the only people this is going to affect are the hardcores. Adam, are you about to jump on Xbox and buy Ultimate so you can? Okay, Jed, are you about to hop on Xbox and buy? No, I have an Xbox, and I'm not doing that. Okay, so it's absolutely asinine to actually even have this up there as an option for me to pay you $30 a month to rent games that I do not own and can never go back to once you remove it, and at the same time destroy the gaming studios. Now, here we go. Here's a little insider trading. The only way that the studios can have success in this is if Microsoft owns them. That is your only chance.
They own Bethesda. They own
Bethesda,
Activision.
They own Activision.
They own Blizzard.
So this is the only thing that makes any sense to me. They're going to put all these studios in a chokehold in order for them to be acquired. And then once they're acquired, they're going to take their IPs and dissolve the studios, and then make them all under Microsoft or Xbox Studios, whatever they want to call it, and just have all the IPs under one umbrella. So now they ain't got to pay nobody, and they can just rack up cash. That's the only thing that I can even think of or imagine for this to make any sense.
And it's going to be even more profitable when they become a software-only company again and not making consoles anymore. Because that's where they're going.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
They've said we're going to keep going a generation. Yeah, you got one more. Whatever the place
you've got to really wow with that one, or there's no hope for that.
I don't want the next generation to come around for a few more years. I'd like to go through the rest of the decade without another console. Can we just stay with what we have right now, please? I'm happy with the PS5. I don't need a PS6. Nintendo just dropped the Switch 2, which is a PS4. Can we just? It is.
100%.
So can we just stay where we are for a few more years? Why don't we wait for another technological jump in processing and all this kind of stuff to make it worth it? Because everything's it's a little tweaked, a little more here and there. And don't try to sell me no goddamn 8K. I will take that and beat you over the head with it. Don't even like 4K. Looks too weird. Anyway, so this is
with 60 frames per second.
Yeah, I'm with you on 60 frames per second. I don't get all hot and bothered over 60 frames per second, and I don't see the big deal. People that claim it's great.
I physically cannot play 60 frames per game second. I just can't. My brain is like, that is weird. That is not real. And it can't keep up. It's weird.
I don't get it. I don't get 4K. I guess if you're blind, 4K is good for you. But my glasses actually, yes, I could use a new prescription, but I can see perfectly fine. So I don't need 4K. But this is exactly what we expected. And it stems from the fact that it's a bad business model. They're going to try to make money. And I love what Dre said, that this is probably in line to consume more companies, destroy them, own their IPs, and not pay anybody for anything. And they know there are people who are going to pay this. They know there are. And you know what?
It's going to be the few, the Xbox diehards. This is literally the same thing for Nintendo. Nintendo had the diehards that's going to show up and buy the Switch 2 and get nothing. This is the same thing. Like the Xbox diehards, not the Microsoft. Xbox diehards are going to be like, oh my God, Ultimate? I can play as many games as I want. Oh yeah. And then they're going to give them their money. But everybody else that's either casual or, has half a brain isn't going to engage in this type of nonsense until they create a legitimate monopoly. When they create a legitimate monopoly, then
It's
all
too
bets
late.
are off. But it's way too late.
It's too late.
It is way too late. But they're trying. I believe I believe they're trying to do an acquisition. English is hard, of all these studios, so that they can absorb them, and then they will be pretty much gods of software. And I think that is going to be where they, quote unquote, and I use this term very loosely, win, because now they'll have to have new hard contracts with Sony and whoever else. Nintendo, not really Nintendo. Nintendo does their own thing, but
Nintendo don't give a
Sony,
shit. Yeah.
yeah, Sony is like, oh, you want to have
Well,
whatever
hey,
game you want? Yeah, well,
Halo's on
about 3.
Halo's on PlayStation now, or it's gonna be.
Yep.
So's and I mean, Gears of War is on PlayStation. That listen, I never liked the era of exclusivity. I'm not a fan of it. I think put a game out there, put it everywhere, let everybody play it. If it's a good game, it'll sell anywhere. You shouldn't be locking behind anything. But goddamn, just make the good games. Don't try to push this shit on us. And unfortunately, right. And the quality is just going to go down even more.
Oh yeah.
I mean, listen. Has Activision Blizzard gotten any better since they were swallowed up by Microsoft?
Good.
Has
question.
Bethesda got it? Bethesda put out Elder Scrolls Oblivion remaster, the same game they released 15, 16 years ago. Same game. All the bugs are still there. They didn't improve. They just put a literal fresh coat of paint on it, said, here, buy it. And guess what? Everybody fucking bought it.
And lapped
loved
it up.
Loved it again. So people are just going to spend the money. Some people are going to do it automatically. Some of us are going to complain, pointing it out, and we're just going to do our best. But it's like we talked about with the Saudis and EA. This is going to change nothing because honestly, some people don't want to change. They just want to keep going along, pay the money, this and that. I mean, listen, I made a stupid purchase 2 weeks ago when. Well, no. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. I had to buy something for my mom. They didn't have it in the store. She needed it. So I ordered it online from the same store, but they had to ship it from another state. They made me buy 2-day shipping.
Oh,
and guess when it arrived? A week later.
Oh no.
So I didn't need it anymore by then because I went, then they had it in the fucking store 3 days later. So now I got to go return it. It would be so easy for me to suck it up and soak that payment. But no, I'm going to walk in there. I'm going to say, here's the evidence. Y'all said 2-day. It arrived 7 days later. I want my money back. Take this from me. It's still in the package sitting in my front hall right now. Didn't even take it out. So some people will just say, I'll just eat it. I'll eat the cost. I don't care. No, I'm going to take it. I'm getting my money back. And they're going to get my money anyway. I'm just going to buy the same product again in the store. But at least let me pay what I was going to try and pay the least amount for the best buy. So, but some people are going to pay the $30. I don't know why you'd pay the $9. You might just pay the $9 the way I pay the $9 for the PlayStation Network just so I can play online with my friends. That's the only reason I have PS Plus, so I can play online with everybody when we're co-oping. That's it. I don't take advantage of anything else they offer. I wish it wasn't like that, but that's the way it is. Because until I have a better rig for PC gaming, if there's a PlayStation, if there's a console version, I'm going to play that because I know it'll play and I can play with everybody. I mean, perfect example. In 3-4 months, when we get to the 2026 and Pocket Pair is releasing Power World 1.0, Kel's going to wipe our server since they fixed the crossplay now. And we're going to start over. It's going to be fun. But I can only do it because I have it from a PlayStation 5 now. And I can play it without lag on my PC. So until I get a better option, I'm going to play it on there, and I'll pay the extra $10 a month. I can afford that. I make at least that much with what I do here. So it's a simple of what are you willing to do? Or what are you willing to take? Some people are going to be willing to take the $30 hit because they still have, I think they've convinced themselves that the Game Pass is such a good deal for them. I'm going to play all this stuff.
Oh, people are always bragging about, oh, you paid real money for that game? You're so dumb. It's available for free on Game Pass. Like, they pride themselves on the fact that they have Game Pass and mock anyone who doesn't. These people, they make corporations a part of their identity. We've seen this in the past, of course, with people in the console war, but the console war still exists to some of these people as phantoms on their wall. Like the people who will go out there and mock you for playing a PlayStation game. It's like, oh, you're playing a PlayStation movie game? Well, I've got Game Pass and I can play a better game for free there. And it's just so cringe. Their identity is Microsoft. Is that Xbox?
It's everybody. It's a lot of people like that. There are Sony ponies out there.
Yeah,
there are
Sony ponies.
Sony.
The Nintendo people are really
drones.
At least there's enough Nintendo drones to keep Nintendo alive. There's not enough Xbox drones to keep Xbox
drones.
going.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I've always said, we can quote me on this. I've said in past, Game Pass was never going to be something I was interested in because I'm not interested in all those games that are available. I play niche games. I play niche genres. I play RPGs. I play a couple of shooters. I play a few co-ops here and there with my friends. I play MMOs. I don't play the games, the 500 games you're offering. I can't even fathom that many games that I'd want to play like that. I cannot. I still got a little bit of a backlog on myself. I got a backlog right here. I have 3 games right here I started playing and I haven't finished for various reasons. But I mean, it's just I can't fathom renting a service to play games I don't even own. Can't fathom that. I think this is it changes nothing, and there's backlash to this. There's been a lot of backlash.
Their cancellation site crashed because so many people were canceling it. So this is hurting Xbox to a certain degree, and they're going to have to make decisions on how they're going to respond to it. They're so fucking dumb, like Warner Brothers, that I doubt this will make them change their decisions.
Oh, they don't care.
Change their philosophy. But
there is some business plan in their database that says this is going to make them money somewhere. Maybe the Dre's plan where they eventually buy everything up. And
it's the only thing that makes any sense.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Check out my gaming channel at Renaissance Nerd Arcade and follow me on X Twitter under @TheRedNerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.